Hi, this is Representative Rick with this week's weekly recap with Rick. I'm here in my office in Washington, D.C. We just wrapped up another week of votes and hearings, and special news is that the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, which I'm the top Democrat on, we passed out of committee the authorization for the Federal Aviation Administration. This was a product of good faith, bipartisan compromise, and something you don't see a lot in Washington, D.C. these days. Passed out of committee 63-0. And it is a bill that has a lot of my priorities. It has a lot of priorities for a lot of members. But again, as I said, it's a bill that is a reflection of how compromise can happen in Washington, D.C. Important provisions include ensuring aviation safety, fostering innovation in the U.S. airspace, improving U.S. competitiveness in the global marketplace as well, and enhancing the air travel experience for passengers. The bill will soon be considered by the full House. As a follow-up to that, this weekend I'm headed to the, as I call it, the not actually in Paris Air Show, the Paris Air Show, where with other members of Congress, where actually we're going to be able to see what that global aviation marketplace looks like. U.S. companies, including those in our own state of Washington, will be represented there, and the air show is an opportunity for our companies based locally to show off what they can do and the kind of service and products that they can provide that will help continue to create aviation jobs in Washington State. It's also, though, as I said, a reflection of just how competitive the global marketplace is, meaning that we need to continually try to do a better job of investing in the aerospace industry in our state and in our country to maintain our competitiveness. So we're going to see a bit of that. We're also going to have an opportunity to visit Normandy and the World War II invasion site and the cemetery at Normandy as well to honor the women and men who died coming across the channel in order to put an end finally to Hitler and fascism. In Nazism at that time. A lot of other things going on, though. Some good infrastructure news. The bipartisan infrastructure law is at work. And Hat Island, the Hat Island Telephone Company received a nearly $3 million loan to begin the work to provide affordable high-speed internet to people on Hat Island. And Point Roberts up near the border, up on the border, just learned that the would-be telecom was awarded a nearly $12 million grant to expand and improve broadband for residents there on Point Roberts. So great news that the bipartisan infrastructure law is at work. And in lighter news, I participated this week in the annual Congressional soccer game held at Audi Field. The event raises money for the U.S. Soccer Foundation, which they use to expand access to soccer in underserved communities around the country, building small soccer fields, buying soccer balls for community organizations, and then bringing people in to help teach what soccer is all about to folks. I grew up playing soccer. It's a great sport. Love the sport. Love the team spirit of the sport. And it's a chance to play a little soccer and have a foundation raise some money to expand access to soccer and sports. Tough night though. We lost 4-2, but there's always next year. Finally, Monday is Juneteenth. Juneteenth is on Monday, the day when the news of the Emancipation Proclamation finally reached enslaved people in the deepest parts of the former Confederacy on June 19th, 1865. Juneteenth is a day to help celebrate the promise of freedom for Black Americans, also a day for us to focus on the work that needs to continue to be done to realize that dream. I certainly want to wish everyone a happy and safe Juneteenth. And finally, happy Father's Day to everyone as well. And a special happy birthday message to my colleague from Washington State and Congress, Representative Adam Smith. Happy birthday, Adam. That's it for this week's weekly recap, and I'll see you next week.